So, you ready for your curveball question?
Sure, I thought I had it already.
I love this one, I'm sure. Do you
Go
like
ahead.
What's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
I am one of those weird people. I love pistachio ice cream.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it's because it's green. I'm not sure, but I do. So that yeah.
There you go. See, you nailed it. My kind of curveball question right there.
Yeah, food related. Absolutely. That was a great one. And it was timely because it's the middle of February, so it's going to get warm any day now.
Yes,
I
like
fully believe that.
43 and rain. It's coming. I'm feeling it. All right. So, you have a really great sphere of influence as a mom and as an educator, as a performer, as an advocate to really create opportunities for others and to make space for and provide for others. And I looked up the initiative, the social movement, hashtag Happy Period North Country, which I was not aware of prior to you mentioning it. And I'm very interested, very intrigued, and I love how it incorporates right with what you do already. So, hashtag Happy Period North Country is a social movement that provides menstrual hygiene kits to our community members. Is that correct?
Yes.
And they recently, there's an initiative now that they've teamed up with the Flower Memorial Library. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So this is definitely one of the programs that is very, very near and dear to my heart. Of course, raising daughters, it is also very near and dear to my wallet, which is the problem. The problem is that there is this thing that exists called period poverty. And basically, what that means is because product is expensive, there are people, lots of people in our area specifically, but all over the United States and the world, who cannot afford menstrual period products. And so what happens is they end up missing days of school, they end up missing days at work or not being able to work because they are unable to function outside of their house because they can't afford the product that they need for something that biologically and naturally happens to their body every month. So, what hashtag Happy Period does is it is a nationwide movement. We are definitely under the umbrella of that nationwide movement. And what we do is we collect period product. We break it into bags, which we call period packs, that contain the average number of product that someone might use in a month. And then that product gets donated to the Victims Assistance Center, to safe houses, colleges, schools, food pantries, blessing boxes, any place where someone who might be in need would be able to access them. And so we basically lighten the burden on those who are in need. So we teamed up with the Flower Memorial Library. They are now one of the partners for hashtag Happy Period North Country. And they have a great big cardboard box covered in silver and white wrapping paper with a big pink sign on it. And they will be a year-round collection site for period products. So if you are in Watertown or Jefferson County and you want to contribute, then you just pick up a box of product, go to the library, toss it in, and we go collect that and then make sure that it makes its way back out into the community to someone who will need it.
That is fantastic. Now, if someone wants to get involved with helping, assisting, what would be the best way for them to communicate that?
So again, we have a Facebook page. It's we are hashtag Happy Period North Country because that's it. We are first and foremost a social movement, meaning that we're just a grassroots operation. We spread through through things like this, talks to another person. And we have a wish list on Amazon. So if you go onto Amazon and you look for our wish list, you can purchase product and it'll get sent directly to us. We also have a wish list on something called dollardays.com, which is just for not for profits. So the same thing, you go, you find us, you purchase product, it gets mailed directly to us. And we do have an email address, and it is happyperiodnorthcountry@gmail. And if you want to donate time, or you want to donate product, or you want to donate money, or you want to help us pack, or someplace where we should be, sending product to go out into the community, you can send us an email and we'll get back in touch with you and let you know how you can help us help other people.
Oh,
Right
that's
now, we are doing our 1 year anniversary drive.
uh-huh.
So that's why the library came in, at this point in time, is we needed some place that would be able to collect large amounts of product, because what we're doing is challenging people in the community to don't we've been around for 12 months, so we're challenging people to donate 12 months worth of product. And so those are ways you can do that. You can use, either of those wish lists. You can drop it off at the library, or you can contact us through the email.
Now, speaking of happiness in a different form, I guess another dose of happiness. The Butler Did It Players, www.thebutlerdiditplayers.com, our small theater troupe in the area that specializes in interactive theater. Um, you guys do all sorts of stuff, and I know you're coming up with an event in March, a virtual event.
We are. So we started out doing interactive murder mystery theater. It was just something that we loved to do when we were on vacation, and we thought, why can't we do it at home too? And so we did. Uh, and I have to say that it really did come from the love of storytelling, because we have actors and dancers and singers, but they're pretty much straight shows. It's not musical theater. And so we are telling a story through the script and then through the interaction. So the event that's coming up in March is called Murder at Mardi Gras. And if you buy a ticket, then you get the Zoom link and you're able to log on just like this. And you'll see 8 people in costume, and we interact through the chat box. We actually will bring you into the Zoom meeting. You turn on your camera and your microphone, and you can interrogate the suspects. There's a poll where you vote for who you think the murderer is. We do almost everything that we do in person on the Zoom meeting. There are a couple things we can't do. We can't make you a cocktail, so you'll be missing out on that until we're live again. We can't teach you how to dance, although at every live show we do teach you. We've taught the Charleston and the hustle and some really fun dances. And you don't get the pleasure of having us come sit down at your table and spend a few minutes or more than a few minutes talking to you in character and helping you find the clues and figure out who's going to die and who's going to murder them. So we're waiting anxiously to be able to bring those things back live. But yes, you get as much of the full experience as we can bring you in about 2 hours. We do some trivia, and we have a really good time. And at the end of the night, someone is revealed as the murderer, and prizes are given away if you happen to guess correctly.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. Like, is there a prize for the people who guess correct? So,
There is, and actually in our live shows we do several prizes. I think we give 10 every show because we can see you and interact with you. We do encourage during a virtual show, we encourage our audience to dress up, and then when you come on, we what we do at the end of the show is we offer you to come on and take a selfie with us. So you turn on your monitor or your camera, and then there are the 9 of us gathered around you on your screen, and there you are in the middle, and you can take a screenshot. And if we can see your costume that way, that is another prize we give out, is the best costume of the evening. So if you guess well, you get a prize. If you are really off base, you also get a prize. If you dress up and join us in the fun that way, you get a prize. And we can't give you a prize for being the best dancer because we can't see you in person, but we believe you when you say you're really good at the hustle.
I love it. And if all else fails, you get your Brady Bunch picture via Zoom. So you can go.
Absolutely.
That's great. So I think that's all the questions I have for you. I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I love Jonathan Van Ness, his Getting Curious podcast. And at the end of every podcast, he always asks, like, this is the end of the yoga session. If there's anything that we missed that you want to talk about, this is your opportunity to do that. So, is there anything that we missed that you will want to share with our audience today?
I do really truly believe that all arts are cathartic. You know, regardless of what your chosen art form is, you don't have to be good at it. You don't have to be proficient or prolific. You can be a beginner, but there is definitely something healing and something emotional about being able to engage in art. And storytelling is one of the art forms that, allows you to do all of that. And in the midst of what we have been going through, when people are looking for something to do or looking for a way to express themselves, if you stop and think about the stories that you have, everyone has the ability to share through storytelling or through poetry. And those are definitely art forms that I think, along with music and pottery and all of the other kinds of art forms that people normally think of, this is definitely a way to express yourself and feel like you are part of a larger community and the world at large. That is one thing that storytelling does for us, that music also does for us, is it helps us realize we are all part of the human condition.
Mhm. Definitely. Those are great parting words. So you can find out more information about Tanya Roy on our Harmony website, which is www.harmony, and that's harmony with two N's for Northern New York.org. We will put all the information and all the links to the Facebook pages and the groups and the initiatives that we spoke about tonight. And I just want to thank you again, Tanya, for joining us, and we're very excited to feature you for the month of March.
Thank you very much for having me.
We have a lot of people in our house. And by a lot of people, I mean 2 adults and 4 daughters. When you have that many people in your house, you are constantly busy. Between work, school activities, non-school activities, and driving between activities, we are never home. And that's why we've always told our daughters, we can't have a dog. We are never home to take care of a dog. Now, that's not to say that they haven't had the experience of owning pets. We have owned almost every conceivable pet, from rabbits to guinea pigs, ferrets, chinchillas, hedgehog, a snake, a bearded dragon, some fish, some bioluminescent algae, and that doesn't even include the cats. But never a dog. I have a daughter that turned 16 during quarantine when everything was canceled. So she let it be known that the one thing she wanted more than anything in the world for her 16th birthday was to adopt a dog. She even made a PowerPoint presentation with bullet points to explain all the reasons that she thought we should adopt a dog. And her very last reason was, you can't say we're never home to take care of a dog. It's quarantine. We're literally always home. It was a very convincing argument, and we ended up adopting a 10-year-old, 85-pound white bulldog with this really big head and these little tiny legs. Now, I know nothing about owning a dog. I don't know how many times you're supposed to walk it, or how many times it eats during the day, or where it's supposed to sleep at night, or what you do when it gets really hot outside. I guess you could say I was a fish out of water. But my daughter, she knows everything about owning a dog. She's even making a little set of steps so he can get up into her bed to sleep with her at night. So before long, I started using words like doggo and puppers. And then, by default, I became a dog grandma. And I started following him around on his walks and cleaning up after him with those little plastic bags, and picking out food I thought he might like, and taking him for car rides, and filling up the kiddie pool with cold water on days that it was really hot so he could get in. I even found myself coming out of the convenience store with a bag of ice in each hand, making this really weird face, and using this high-pitched voice when I saw him in the back seat to say, "Who's a good dog?" Why do we even do that? But I was doing it. Which is why, when he first started to get sick, I was the one that slept on the couch with him at night. I was the one that called the vet to find out if they had any test results. And I was the first one to cry when they told us that what we thought was a bladder infection was something more. So now, Jax's grandma gets up in the morning and makes him scrambled eggs with cheese and sausage to hide his pills inside so he'll eat them. I set aside a piece of chicken when I'm making dinner for the rest of the family to feed to him for dinner. And I sit on the back porch and let him run around the backyard when it's nice out so he can live his best hashtag off the leash life. I didn't even know that was a thing a month ago. And when he has a particularly good day or a particularly bad day, I take him for his favorite ice cream. His favorite ice cream is Stewart's Premium Vanilla. And when he eats it too fast, he gets it all over his nose. And that's how I know that even if we don't look alike, we are very definitely related.